Yeah. Eagles wear boxing. Y'all know what it is. Wednesday. Let's go. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Hey, we'll talk about everything. Smoke or no smoke. Or smoke. Too much conversation going on. And I don't know. You guys get mad at me because I keep bringing up Shakur. Because Shakur, he knows what lane he's really in. So sometimes he's talking the right way, and then sometimes he's just talking reckless. I mean, he know that he can't. He that when it's, especially when it comes to Tank Davis, that you're gonna fight Tank Davis when Tank Davis want to fight. Then there's no call outs for none of you. None of you. You guys just really don't have the right to call out Tank. You might not like his accomplishments, but you guys just don't have the right to call him out because he got rid of too many people to even be taking call outs. He's like, whether you like who he knocked out or not, you guys gonna have to, you know, the only way you're gonna get Tank is you're gonna have to be. So this is what I noticed about Tank. If you fight Tank, if you want to fight Tank, you're gonna have to be somebody that is gonna bring some money to the table. Nobody cares about your name no more. It's just not something that we care about. The names, we don't care about the names. So the names is something else. That's, you can bring up names if you want to, but names is just like completely different. I see my brother out there. Salute to Sir Flame. Sir Flame, he said salute to Eagles Web, salute to the chat. And as always, he said jab that like button on your neck. Don't get naked. Eagles Web boxing. Got that fire up good with that 100. Got that hand up good like that. Just in case you didn't know. Don't forget about those, baby. Ha! That's what Sticky's about. Gotta let y'all know because a lot of people don't know I talk about Sticky Stick, but y'all don't know who he is. That's my little friend. Is Spence gonna take the rematch at 147? Bud don't want to do the rematch. Yeah. Isn't that's like a thing that always happens when it comes up to rematches and stuff. That one of the fighters seems to not want it. I don't know why he wouldn't want it. That's easy money, right? It's easy money, and yes, he figures that somebody figured out some stuff that he might have been doing during the fight, which I never really discussed very much. But a lot of things are being exposed to what happened during the fight. So yeah. Yeah, Earl, just go in there and just fight like it's a fight. Like, no, don't boxing. Just fight like it's a fight. I like Shakur. I feel like he down for not taking the Haney fight though. Yeah, I know. I don't even want to talk about it because there's so many people Sir Flame. They love Haney so much that I don't even. I just don't want to get in any kind of arguments or nothing like that. I don't want to, waste too much time talking about Shakur because people love him. They love him. It's different when you love somebody or you like a person, but people get too much into these fighters to where they start sleeping with these fighters. You got to stop sleeping with these fighters. Shakur don't want to sleep with you. Stop it. He could have built his name up a little bit because people still like Haney a lot more than they like Shakur. People don't understand that. Shakur think he's sometimes he understands his place. Like he's starting to understand his place when it comes to Tank Davis, but some places he don't understand his place. He didn't understand that he was a step below, far as popularity and money, earning money and everything else. That he was below Haney. He don't understand that. You're not pay per view, man. I don't care how good you are. If you're not pay per view, then you got to shut the fuck up sometime. That's your money. That's not Sir Flame money. That's not my money. That's your money. You messing your money off. I ain't gonna mess my money off. If I start with a company or whatever, and I know I'm lower, even though I come in on like a high level, but I know I'm still, hey, I'm this new man here. I'm gonna shut the F up until I can learn what's going on. Like, okay, I can make more money doing this too. Okay, that's a bet. Word. I ain't going there. Yeah, I ain't going in there going like this. Oh yeah, I used to do this and I used to do that and blah 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. That's what you start sounding like. You start sounding like an idiot. That's what you sound like. Because I know you kicking yourself in the ass after you didn't get the money you were supposed to get. I know your ass is kicking yourself. I know your ass is kicking your ass in the ass simply because. Simply because you might have overstated some things. Stop letting your homeboys and homegirls be involved with your negotiations. Oh, you deserve more than that, homie. You good. Stop letting people that don't have shit to do with your career run their mouth and you fall for it. Stop it. I mean, F the bag, get the belts, then then you get what you want. Yeah, it's the whole thing. It's like being part of the club. You got to like show him, oh yeah, he a belt getter. Oh shit, he doing what he's supposed to do. He wrecking up. What they say, you making noise in here, huh? You in there moving furniture and shit, and you ain't known as a furniture mover, but you in there moving furniture. It's like, oh shit, he moving furniture up in here. You know what I mean? But you're not. But you get caught up. You get caught up in your own bullshit. Bullshit. You get caught up in your own bullshit. Then what? What happens then? What happens when you get caught up in your own bullshit? Then you end up screwing yourself, out of money that you should have had. That should have been money. You should have been taking home money, like. But now all of a sudden you're not taking home money. Like, oh, see what happened. What had happened was you effed off your money. That's what had happened was. Everybody knows you should have went ahead and got paid against Haney. So what? So what is a risk? That's what you in boxing for. You ain't in boxing to fight and never have a risk. You're going to have some risk. Get your ass out there and fight. It's simple. Simple. You got to get your ass out there and fight. And it's not, when you get to a certain level in boxing, it's not just going out there and fight. It's now everything has to be more strategic. You guys not paying attention to dumbass Canelo. See? Why you think dumbass Canelo moved on? Y'all got to stop it, man. Why you think his dumbass moved on? Because boxing is a business. It's only so much you can do with certain companies. Certain promotion teams and stuff. If they can't get you, and you got to realize, are the promoters that you're with, are they those type of promoters that can get you the fights that you want? Are those type of fighters involved with the same company that you're with? And you can say F all that if you want to. You can say F all that if you want to. Because that's just your mouthpiece running. If you just F all that, they need to get out there. I mean, yeah, that's a fan way of looking at it. Yeah, I could look at it that way. We could all look at it that way, but shit, is it gonna work out? Is it gonna work out though? That shit ain't working out. It ain't working out. And you run your mouth about Martin, man. If somebody in boxing, if somebody think that Frank Martin is really worried or scared about fighting anybody in his division, then you need to pull your head up out. Martin is not scared of nobody. Believe that. And I guarantee you, Martin fights. He spars bigger people uh, than himself. I guarantee you he does. That's a rough look. That's a rough look. You can look at himself. That's a rough guy, man. You can look at certain people and know that they rough. Shakur has a deceptive look. He don't look like he's rough. He's pretty rough, but he don't look rough. But we got to see what happens when you get that chin checked. You can't bargain when you don't have the same bargaining stuff they got. Yeah, yeah. So how you need to shut the f up. Wait till you get an offer. What you need to do, Sir Flame, what you got to tell them what they need to do is you can put in a request. I'm requesting this and that. That's just like anything in life. If you don't have the right marketing team or you don't have the right negotiation team, then you got to put in your little request letter. You got to do that shit even at work. If you ain't been on the job long enough, you got to put in like a request. You ain't just walking up to somebody and say, yeah, I'm going to take a Thursday. I'm going to take Tuesday off and I got Thursday, I got this appointment I got to do. You're not talking to nobody like that. You putting in a request like months ahead of time. It's different. If somebody's been around, they can just call in and say, I'm going to just take this day off. Let your ass call in talking about you taking the day off and you just started. They're going to tell you come pick, oh, yo, yeah, you take the day off, but come in and pick your check up tomorrow. Come pick your last check up tomorrow. I see you down there, y'all, sir. He said, salute the eagle. Yeah. Yes, Sir Flame said, if he would have beat Haney and took them belts, then you got something the Tank wants. Right. Because Tank, even if Tank act like he don't want them belts, Tank, come get those. Y'all, sir, got that salute up. I'll see you, brother. He said, salute to Sir Flame. Sir Flame right back at y'all, sir. Yeah, no doubt. But see, everybody wants to make this too easy of a situation. Everybody wants this to be like easy. Like, it don't work like that, brother, sister. It don't work like that. It's just like I said, just like when it comes to the job, man. Like my people, I've been working for a while. Yeah, I can call a CEO up or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I talked to them years ago, and they know what I'm about. You know what I mean? They know what kind of a man I am, so they respect that. See? But you got some people that is not like that. Everybody can't do the same thing. You know what I mean? You just starting off. Like I said, when it comes to a job, you just starting off. You ain't calling in. You're not calling in for no days off. Y'all sir said who we hating today. I don't know. We not hating nobody yet. No, me and Sir Flame, we just going back and forth. We just having a discussion about Shakur. He said that Shakur should have went ahead and fought Haney. You know, because Shakur, he knows where he's at though. Believe that. Don't trust his word, man. These fighters be lying their ass off sometimes, cause he don't have no weight when it comes to Tank, like negotiating with Tank. He know he don't have no he don't have shit to do with that. You know what I mean? He knows that. He already know, man. Believe me, he knows. You know, a lot of these fighters know. They know how and when they can negotiate. But see, and this is, I'm gonna tell you another thing. How he played himself by talking bad about Frank Martin. Don't do that, brother. He talking bad about Frank Martin, but then he's trying to act like he's a bigger star than what he is with Frank Martin. No, but you ain't that big. You ain't that much bigger than Frank Martin. I'm sorry, you just not that much bigger. And matter of fact, wasn't Frank Martin on a pay-per-view lately? I think you need to calm your little ass down, dude. Yeah, you need to calm down, man. You need to calm down before you mess around and not get, you mess around and not get no fights. Then what? Then you're going to be running up that they ducking you and shit. You know, you're going to be running up there ducking. Look at Gil Coles ain't said nothing to you, Sir Flame. He ain't even talked to me at all. Look at him come in. He had y'all, sir. He said, y'all, sir. He said, Eagles, we're moving down to 147 to fight Bud for EJ. Hey, Gil, if I move down to, if I move down to 147, brother, you ain't going to see, you wouldn't even see Eagle. If Eagle move down to 147, you know what you'll see? It ain't gonna be nothing but bones, brother. This will be nothing but ribs. You gonna see ribs. They ain't gonna have no stomach. All you gonna see is a rib cage. A rib cage and some sticks, some big ass feet. I'm gonna look like Wile E. I'm gonna look like Willie Coyote, man. I'm gonna look just like Willie coming in there like that. I see D-Lo out there. Salute D-Lo. D-Lo said I finally got my shit together afterwards. Just in the last one, yeah. I was trying to talk about, the errors in boxing too, though. But I still got. I'll bring him up though. I'll bring up the fighter I wanted to talk about. But yeah, we just talking about these fighters. These fighters are putting it. See, social media got these fighters thinking that they more than what they are. That you can do certain shit. And that's just they subconscious. Also, it's not just. It's not just social media. It's their own subconscious. Yeah, I could be the greatest. I think I am. I think I can do this. I can negotiate this. I can do this. No, you can't. Your team can't make the fight. You ain't gonna make it, man. Just sit your ass down in the corner somewhere. Just wait. If you're gonna be smart about it, then be smart about it. Just strategize so that way you'll be able to get where you need to go. You know what I mean? If you don't strategize, you can just forget it. You know what I mean? Okay, I see D-Lo hit me with my thumbs up. That's Gil Coles. Don't worry about it. That's Gil. Gil be hating on me. Gil really like me, but he hate on me, y'all. He don't be like to give Eagle his thumbs up. You see he come in, he don't even talk to me when he come in. He be like, y'all, sir, what Eagle on? And same thing, y'all, sir, come in talking about, well, who am I hating on today? Yeah. That's what he say. Oh, let me get everybody salutes out there. Gil Cole salute at Sir Flame with he had the 100 up there. Sir Flame right back at Gil Cole. D-Lo said, what good? He said salute. Okay, D-Lo again. He said, oh, that's right. Sir Flame's laughing. He said, that's funny at Gil Cole's. Yeah, Gil Cole's, it's up, Eagles. Yeah, said salute fam at Gil Cole's. Eagle going to 168 for Canelo. Yeah. Sir Flame said salute at D-Lo 404. Yeah, Sir said salute fam at D-Lo. He got the salute up real good. He said, y'all, Sir Fresh said, y'all jammed that like by D-Lo. So I got it. He said, I done that. He said, 100. I got that thumbs on it with the 100. Sir Flame said, okay, I got that 100 on there. He said, y'all got a love-hate relationship. He said, I get to laugh at it. Oh, yeah. It don't matter. It's love-hate here. Yo, you talking about me and Gil? That's my little brother, man. He don't like his position sometimes. He don't like being my little brother sometimes. You know how I get. Just like my other little brother. He don't like being my little brother sometimes. He don't like it. It try to smack him upside his head. Once I smack him upside his head, he good then. He cool then. Once I slap your ass upside your head. Yeah, he's acting crazy when we was in Vegas. He was acting a fool, man. Believe me. He was staying out all night. That's all he did. He just stayed his ass out the whole time we was there. I said, man, I gotta go try to I gotta go try to make my money and stuff like that. But a lot of times what happened with these fighters, man, is they and I'm not blaming it all on social media, but a lot of it is just people getting in their ear and shit, telling them like they can do this and no, you gotta understand how it works, man. How it works is team versus team. It's promoter versus promoter. It's not really you as a fighter. Until you get big enough, you don't have your own company. Haney got his own company. A lot of people they bypass that part, right? So you bypass the part that Haney has his own company too. Did you bypass that? It's the same thing even with Earl and them. They got their own company, man. That's what Floyd did at the end. You're not doing that. Your negotiation skills is crap. You don't have no negotiation skills. What you do is you just put in your request. Like I said, you knew. You can't go working for a company and then call in talking about, yeah, I'm gonna take a Thursday and Friday off next week. You can't do that shit if you just starting off and just they need you that bad. I mean, you a CEO, you ain't got nobody to call into. But if you low on the totem pole, shut your ass up. You better try to take your ass to work. Because here, y'all, sir, they got a thing. See, y'all, sir, might not know this here. But here they got things what they call when you get a job, y'all, sir, they got this thing called probation. And probations are different. So you can have a 30-day probation to where you can't do nothing. You can't be calling in. You can't be calling in sick. You can't be leaving hurt. None of that. You can't even get hurt on the job or nothing. 30 days. It might be 60 days or 90 days, 120 days. It might be 150 days. Or it might be all the way up to your first, it might be 6 months or a year. Usually it's not no more than a year at the very most. But that's probation. When you're on probation, you got to just shut the F up and endure whatever you got to endure if you hurt or not. Like, oh, shit, I felt kind of sick. No. You better keep your sick ass at work and work hard and smile. Like, hey, I got you, boss. That's what you better do. Same thing with these fighters. You're on probation, man. If you ain't got no promotional team, shit, you got to write notes. You got to write notes and shit. You can't just say that you doing this, you doing that, because you're not a do this and do that type of person. You are a do as the F you're told type of person. You one of them persons like, you better shut your ass up and get out there and do what you got to do. Shut your ass up. You one of them. You see what I mean? You one of them that got to shut the F up. And sometimes all of us, we have that. We have that within us. We got to shut the F up in us. That's what we have. Sometimes you got to shut the F up. I see my brother down there. What's up, Derek? Yeah, Gil in here starting shit already. Him and y'all, sir. And sir, everybody, D-Lo. Everybody in here jumping on Eagle right away. they make it an Eagle jump. Yep. Okay. D-Lo said that last show he said was solid. He said one. He said solid one. He said you got past that that Shakur piece. Yeah. If you would have been here too though, D-Lo, you would have seen that Lala D. See, Lala D, she's a lover of certain fighters. She loved Haney, but she really does. She in love with Shakur. So Shakur can't do nothing wrong when it come to her. But what's gonna happen? What'll happen if Shakur ends up losing or something like that? What's gonna happen then? See, what these fighters got to understand, you better stay on top of stuff, because if you mess around and lose and you trying to get that bag, you can forget it. Canelo just been fortunate. See, I don't like Canelo, but see, I got to bring him up because what people are not understanding is look at all he's making the moves that you need to make. Oh shit, I can't do no more work over here. I better move to another company. Oh shit, I lost the fight. Let me distract everybody by going down and beating somebody up in Mexico for the Mexican people. You see what I mean? Y'all not making moves like that. Because you guys don't have a what you're not understanding is these guys, they don't have a narrative like Canelo got. They don't have the same kind of narrative. You see what I mean? They don't have the same storyline. But they're not realizing that they don't have the storyline. They just freelancing it like, oh, I guess I can do this. No, he has a storyline. And he's taking everybody with him. He like this, oh shit. Derek and them was getting away because they know that I got pieced up. They said Derek said that I got a 25 piece or more. He said, B-Vo got me with the 25 piece, so let me make up a story and go fight somebody. Let me fight Triple G. Okay, they didn't like that. Okay, let me fight for Mexico. Okay, they running out of fights over here. Let me switch companies. Y'all can't do that. That's what you're not understanding. You can't do the same thing that he's doing. You ain't been in class long enough. Y'all got to stop this acting like you on top of shit. I remember Boots was there at first, and then he had that hard fight. Everybody was praising him. Oh, yeah, get a top dog. Ain't nobody fighting your ass. You are a threat, but it's just like, it's not about the threat. Y'all got to understand that these fighters ain't fighting because because somebody had that money and they left the sport with all that money, and they left a sour taste in everybody's mouth because you can have 10 fights or more than 10 fights. You might have 30 fights in a month. 30 fights. Think about this. 30 cards. And they didn't generate as much money as one card generated for that guy that left boxing. So-called left boxing. Yep. Yep. I think Shakur beats Haney, but Tank beats both. Yeah. I thought you had Shakur over Tank, Sir Flame. Tank is just hard to beat. A lot of people, you got to understand that Tank is hard to beat, man. You got to put, you got, yeah. I don't think you're not really gonna beat Tank on points, especially. I mean, you go because your gas tank. And I've seen Haney getting tired like during some of his fights. He's always in great shape, but you can't get tired again. You got to always think against Tank, and you can't get tired. That's what I can say about Tank. Even if he's not the best, you got to always be on top of your shit the whole time. That's it. Yep. You have that here as well when you go to work for somebody. Okay, yeah, you got that 30 days, 60 days, or anyway, probation. So, yeah, Haney's company ain't put on that first Devin Haney fight. No. I'm just saying, but I said he has a company. I didn't say nothing about him putting on the fight. I said Haney has a company. He got more, he got more on the ball. You know what I mean? He got more on the ball. I mean, you coming in there naked. And somebody got on the 3-piece suit. You know what I mean? Now, nobody want to see your naked ass up in here stinking. Get your stinking naked ass up out of here. Yep. But Derek say salute. Floyd, D-Lo said Floyd's hating ass told y'all about these so-called in my own boss self-promoters. Yeah. But Floyd, the thing about MTM is he's trying to make too big of cases. I'm not gonna bring stuff up, but you guys understand what it is. Sometimes people do too much. You don't need to do too much all the time. When you're doing too much, that means your confidence. You don't have the confidence that you could sit down with. You got to be more humble. I'm gonna tell you, if somebody's not as humble as Mike Tyson, then leave him alone. Because Mike Tyson came in, he was a whole wrecking crew. He wasn't just one fighter; he was a whole wrecking crew. So if a wrecking crew can humble itself and say, you know what, we're just not like they were yesterday. If Mike Tyson tells you that today we're not like we was yesterday, then he's saying a lot. You got to pay attention to. You're talking about somebody who was like a student of the art of boxing. He's a student. He knew all the old fighters. He knew all the fighters from like the 1800s and all that, early 1900s. He knew about all those fighters. He knew, like he said, he knows the art of war. Like me, I'm a combat person. Derek Bailey is a combat person. Don't y'all sleep on him. Sir Flame is a combat person. There's certain people in here that's combat people. Y'all just don't sleep on everybody. Just because they humble and nice, don't sleep on people that's combat people. Don't sleep on that. Because the stresses they had to endure, man, don't sleep on that type of shit. Mike Tyson, he come back real humble. He said, we don't fit the mold like these guys did. It kind of tells when you realize no matter how slow somebody's fighting, that people say, oh, they fought in slow motion back in the day. You take your ass out there and just throw 10 punches around for 75 rounds in 100-degree weather and see how long you last. If that's what you think was really going on. But yeah, because they wasn't really worried about jabbing somebody. They was about like trying to land a knockout punch. That's all they was doing. They could throw combinations, but F them combinations, I got to get him out of here. Because you got to realize the fights didn't end, and yes, it was a knockout. Do y'all remember that? Yeah. But I'm trying to keep away from certain subjects, D-Lo. And don't let Derek start, because Derek will start telling stories on Eagle that I ain't got nothing to do with. Because in a minute he'll be saying, oh, that's Eagle Elite. Don't say that, because that's Eagle's boy. And that's exactly what Derek would do. So I believe certain things, D-Lo, I got to leave alone. I gotta leave it alone. But Derek said salute at y'all, sir. So I mean leave that alone. Derek Bailey at Sir Flame. Sir Flame right back at Derek Bailey. Derek Bailey at D-Lo. D-Lo. Y'all sirs at Derek too. He said salute fan. Got the salute up good. Derek Bailey salute at Gil Coles. D-Lo again. I'll listen to the whole live stream. Okay, you heard. Yeah. They try. Hey, D-Lo, you gotta listen to them guys try to set me up too though. Derek and they be trying to set me up. But you heard Lala. Lala was in there. Yeah, Lala D, she's a troublemaker. Because I had to restart because it wasn't going to allow you guys, for some reason, this first time I got this one, it was not going to let you guys interact with me. When I was doing the live stream, it says no. It says the chat would not the chat wasn't gonna be operative at that time, so I had to stop and then come back. Yeah, but I understand Lala's point when she's saying that people is grown, man. People gonna talk the way they talk. Hey, what you gonna do is talk. I'm just saying you're gonna talk your way out some money is what you gonna. I'm just saying. Maybe I just don't know, but you're gonna talk yourself out of some money. That's the problem in boxing. He said, God forbid you get that one loss to some some pussy mentality. Yep, it is. But the thing is don't be running your mouth until you get, at least you get up there. I'll tell you what. See, what you guys got to understand is it is money. Think about it. Ryan, he's a paperwork champion, or well, not paperwork. He's a media champion. He's a new media champion, so he got in there. He got to get in there with Tank. Raleigh has the right attitude, the right mouthpiece, so he got him a nice big fight. He'll get another big fight. And they did have the argument with Raleigh versus Ryan. They did have that argument. If y'all listened to it, they did have that argument. And I gotta agree with Raleigh. And you guys might not agree with it, but I have to agree with Raleigh that Raleigh actually deserves the rematch before Ryan does. If there was gonna be a rematch, I'm sorry, he does. I'm sorry, he does. He deserves the rematch more than Ryan does. Ryan did worse, and Ryan quit. Ryan did a worse job. He's supposed to be so much faster than Tank. He didn't look faster. And like I said, Raleigh did better. So y'all can argue with that if you want to, but I think he did better. Yep. D'Lo said, I expect every fighter I support to lose eventually. I really don't. For me, my understanding on just not ever losing the fight is that means you won the best. Because the best, you got to come back and prove yourself. That's the whole thing. The best is when you get knocked down, you come back and get that dub. Like, yeah, I told y'all. That's when you're the best. Derek said they don't have a country behind them. Hey, well, like I said, who was in Raleigh's corner? Okay, we know Ryan's backing, but who was in Raleigh? Raleigh had that mouthpiece and was just good. He's just good as a clown and showman. Well, you might look at him as a clown or showman, whatever, however you look at him, but he's able to put some butts in the seat. Now, stop talking. If you can't generate the money, then sit your ass down. Don't worry about it. Get the money you can get and keep it going. Yeah, D'Lo said that Canelo weak as F. Yeah. Derek said, what guy? Y'all, I'm not going to say nothing to you, Derek. Stop it. Because Derek got his hands up like he don't know. Derek, you ain't... Derek, stop, man. Stop playing, man. Stop playing. You already know. I ain't gonna say a damn thing to you, Derek. I ain't gonna get you started. I got enough people in here to start. D'Lo have been in here enough. And you know D'Lo has to come in here with his... he got to come in here with his comments, too. Especially if he haven't seen y'all for a while. You know he got to start on Ego at one point. And you got Gil in here and y'all, sir. And I'm not going to try to get nobody started. Gil Cole's there, Derek Bailey. He said 100. Yeah, you know. Don't know, sir. Always had Tank. Oh, sir always had Tank? Okay, I thought he had Shakur. I know you got Shakur for sure. I know that. Every time I hear Shakur talk, I want him to get beat for real, for real. No, but that's your boy, though. You got to stick behind him, though, Derek. You can't be wanting him to get beat. We can't. See, that's the thing. Y'all can't get them. I mean, you can't get like that way about your fighters. You know, they got to win. I know you want him to lose, though. But I want every last one of them to lose sometime if they say too much. Like, y'all killing it. Y'all messing up boxing. Y'all, sir, is that Derek Bates said 100. He laughing about it. Yeah, y'all, sir, said I got this, the satisfaction when I saw MVP get killed by Lima and Bellator at Derek Bailey. Laughing out loud. Yeah, 100% y'all, sir. Eagle jumped on the short bus with Raleigh. The money matches Ryan, not Raleigh. I'm gonna stay on the short bus too, y'all, sir. I'm saying what I saw, man. You can get mad and you can put me on the short bus, brother. I'll get on the short bus. I knew you was gonna start on me sooner or later, but yeah, I'll get on the short bus. Brawley deserved to fight more than Ryan do. I'm gonna give the fight to somebody who was actually fighting. I ain't gonna give it to somebody who was just like holding their stomach in the corner. Like, no, I'm done. Y'all think Haney beats Regis? Yeah, Haney beats Regis. Cause Regis probably ain't gonna bring enough heat, or he gonna come out just doing too much. He just ain't gonna bring. I don't think he gonna bring enough to keep Haney that them ones and twos off him. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm not 100% sure. But I think that he beats him. They don't take the fight. If he doesn't win, they don't take the fight. If they haven't seen enough of his skills to take the fight, then they don't take the fight. That's all that is. They don't take the fight. They seen something to make them want to take that fight. Yeah. But Derek don't know. Y'all sorry at Gil. He said, I'll put a few quid on Haney. I think he got a chance, yeah. Gil right back, Derek Bailey. Let me see. Yeah, Derek Bailey, I think Regis needs to be more active than he's. Yeah, so that's the whole point right there. Yeah, if he's, I don't think he active. I don't think he bring enough. He don't bring enough smoke for Haney. He could beat Haney, but he just don't bring enough smoke. Maybe he'll be motivated enough. Who knows? Gil said like Gil and Keith. I mean, Derek said like Gil and Keith. He said facts and Gil Coles. Yeah, Gil Coles said Yasser Hussein. He said I agree. Yep. But it's just that activeness or whatever. That's what it really is. It's just that activeness. It's just if you're not bringing enough smoke against Haney, because we know one thing we know about Haney is he can be confused and act like he don't have the answers. See, the thing about Haney is Haney does have the answers to whatever you do. So when you're showing that's not a good sign because you got the answers, son. You got the answers. You're you're saying he's doing that. You already know you've been through tricky situations. You guys know when they start asking questions, they either really they really need your input at that point, just to assure them that, oh, don't worry, you got this. We're just gonna do this with him a little bit. They just want you to reconfirm what their decision is going to be when they make their adjustments. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But somebody that a confident fighter that comes back and asks questions to his corners, he wants to compare. He's more or less comparing mental notes for what you would say. That's what more or less what they're doing. I might have reported sometimes because I'll say, "What you doing? Getting confused?" Like that's just me. That's just me being me. Dilo silly. Dilo said that Leo. He said he did better. So Leo did better than anyone versus Tank until Tank found his sleep number. So Tank down. What was his sleep number? A 9. That's a low number though for sleep number because sleep number go up to what 99, 100. I don't know. I got one. Mine's is on 70 right now. I have slept on 30, 60, 70. I don't know. It ain't really that. When I was in the store, it felt like different. They convince you. They got a whole different version in the store. They trick you. So the store version is different than the one that you take home. But I made them give me some toppers for it. The toppers are like $300-$400. So I said, no, I ain't as comfortable as I need to get. I said, I need some cushions. Because what the cushions do is it actually boosts you up to another level of sleep number. Anytime they add something to the mattress, it brings you up another level. And they'll bring you up for free, depending on if you don't feel like you have as much comfort. That's an expensive ass bed, though. It's quiet. It doesn't, you would think that it makes a whole lot of noise. But once that air is locked in, that thing, there's no air leaking. I've never heard the compressor cut back on. I can go jump on the bed and it's not going to cut back on. No, you would expect that, hey, it's going to be some kind of air leak after so many years. It's not. Those are good. I don't know why I end up endorsing them because of D-Lo talking about somebody's sleep number. Yeah, might be a repeat of the Josh Taylor fight. Yeah. Bruce Gas boxing jazz and more. He says, Luke brother at Eagles Wear Boxing. We see you in there. Hey, did you give me my thumbs up, Bruce? Or did you short me like Gil? Because Gil be shorting me all the time. Yeah, that's my little brother. He can't stand me. Yeah, he's short eagle. You F that eagle. Yeah. But Bruce in here now, so Bruce will understand what I'm saying though. When it comes to the fighter that I've always, like I wanted to showcase Joe Frazier. I was letting the people know with Joe Frazier. I'm gonna tell you what. I went back and looked again. I was looking some more, and I think one thing that did take Joe Frazier out of the picture a little bit, and I'm talking way before you got everybody's time, is what took Joe Frazier out the picture was the first Ali fight. The first Ali fight. Because Joe Frazier did not, he wasn't struggling with people. He was having a lot of tough fights. Oh, I would say Chuvalo, yeah, he did. He had a struggle, but I would say that Joe Frazier was just coming into his own. But for him to win that fight against Ali, which he would have lost easily if he didn't fight the way that he fought, is that he had to put so much pressure. He had to put more pressure on Ali than any fight that he's ever fought before in his life. He had to actually push Ali off. He had to grab Ali and pull Ali off the ropes because he was like, no, I'm not going to sit there and wear myself out. This fight is already tiring enough. So he had to pull Ali off the ropes. He had to like stay in Ali's chest. He didn't do a whole lot of resetting during that fight. He wasn't resetting his feet. He was just keeping his head down. Ali didn't throw enough uppercuts. And Ali's strong enough to push you off you. Ali didn't do that until maybe like the 9th round or something like that he was trying to keep Joe Frazier on the end of the punches. But the thing about that fight is what damaged Joe Frazier, because when Ali did come out to fight the 9th round, Ali busted him up real bad. As you realize that Ali had his mouth bleeding, he had his jaw swollen, he had his eye cut, eye swollen, and everything. All that shit happened within 1 round. But it's just he took a lot of punishment. He just didn't like Ali. Like, I'm going to fight you no matter what happens. You got to kill me. And just staying in his chest like the whole fight, like, was too much. Ali was not really prepared to keep Joe Frazier on the end of punches. If he was like lateral movement a lot and keeping Joe Frazier out there on the end, it would have been an easy fight. It would have been an easy fight. But Joe Frazier just put so much. And for him to be such a short, small heavyweight, with all these killers that he was fighting, man, he just, if Ali and Foreman wasn't there, nobody would, I mean, say you didn't know Ali's name, everybody would be talking about Joe Frazier. Because remember, he wouldn't have had a fight like the Ali fight. If Ali wasn't there, he wouldn't have had that kind of fight. And I'm just putting this out there. I'm just saying, you guys can argue with it if you want to. But he wouldn't have had that kind of a fight to where he had to fight somebody that he had to stay in their chest. But he could. He could stay in their chest. All those other fighters, he could have stayed in their chest and won easily. Today's fighters, if he stayed in somebody's chest today, he would win easily. Easy win. Because they're not even throwing enough punches. You got to realize Ali was capable of throwing like 12 punches in 3 seconds. Yep. Gil Cole said, Bruce! Derek Beatty. It was the first Ali fight. Yep. There you go. The first Ali fight. Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more at Derek Beatty, at Gil Cole's, at D-Lo. Salute. Derek Beatty said, you beat me to it, Eagle. Yeah, 100. Yeah, it's that first fight. So that first fight is what really took Frazier out of it, man. But Frazier, like I said, if it wasn't for Foreman and Ali, everybody would be hollering about Frazier. Frazier this, Frazier that. Said, damn, he fight like Frazier. Little smoke coming at you, staying in your chest, because nobody throws enough punches. Ali threw a lot of punches, but see, Ali had to hit him with so many punches. Go back and look how many punches he got hit with during that fight. Ali's gloves was lopsided after all their fights. Ali hit him with so much stuff. So when the time he got to Foreman, that was easy for Foreman. That was easy. Frazier needed to take 2 years off before he couldn't fight Foreman like that soon after Ali. That was just too much. He was in the hospital for like a month or something. It was like that was way too much. Yep. I didn't try to beat you, brother. I'm just trying to do my show, Derek. They said, iabim, yeah. But Bruce Gas is right back. He said Frazier spends 30 days in the hospital after that fight, and there are reports he was close to death. See, that's what I'm saying. See, Bruce knows too. So Bruce, although Bruce probably was a kid back then, but um, that was just something that people don't really talk about that when it comes to Frazier. They just talk about the kings of the sport, like they talk about the heavyweight kings at that time. But I'm telling, if Ali and Foreman wasn't there, Frazier would be no doubtedly one of the greatest. He would probably be the top heavyweight of all times. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there because I just don't see the rest of the guys that was in that league. I don't see none of them beating him when he got as good as he got. I don't see them beating him being a left-handed fighter. I don't see them recovering from those left hooks when he's in your chest like that and landing landing those damn hooks on you. I just don't. It's just no. No, I just don't. No. We'll just say that's gonna be a no for me, son. I would just see you getting your ass whooped by a smoke. So smoke or no smoke. So that at that era, what happened to us is we had too many great fighters at the same time. Where we don't have any now. We got good fighters now, but we don't have no great fighters now. But we had way too many great fighters all at the same time. They were all there at one era. How's that happen? That happened in track and field in was it 60 or 68? That happened in track and field. To make everybody scratch their head. They didn't understand what was going on in 68. At the high altitude of Mexico City in 68. The 68 Olympics, the same thing happened. It was too many super athletes all at once. They just, in track and field especially, that all the records just went down all at once. And I'm not sure, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if that was the same year that they had, no, I think it was, so 68, so what would have been next? It's 4 years, right, brother? So it was 72 or 76. Something like that. I think that was the next time the super athlete was a swimmer. It was Mark Spitz, and I think that was like 72 or 76, something like that. But yeah, there was super athletes. It just all super athletes all came out all at once. Like, damn, you can't. It's like how could you have that many super athletes all at once? It just didn't make sense because that's when you had like you had a long jump record that lasted over 20 years at that point. You had the 100-meter dash that lasted forever. You had the 400 meters that lasted for like forever before somebody was able to break it. You had the 200 meters that was, I think you even had a triple jump. You had a high jump. You just had so many records just fell. It's like there was no books. It's like that's the year that the books for track and field were actually written. That's the year that it was written. Yep. Yeah, Derek Bay said the Frazier didn't fight anyone that year also. Yep. See? Yeah. Bruce is right back. He said the fight of that era that I wanted to see was Frazier against Norton, but it never happened. Yeah. Why didn't it happen, Bruce? They was homeboys or something, right? Cause we got homes in Norton. We got homes in Norton. We got homes in, I think, Shavers. We got homes in, yeah, Holmes was fighting everybody. But Holmes was taking over the next generation. That was Holmes coming in. But yeah, we didn't get some of the fights that we need. But damn, they was all freaking star. It was all star-studded, man. At that point, it was just too many. It was just too many kings right then. It was just too many. That was just all of them. Because right after there, like I said, Larry Holmes came right after. You got Ali, you got Frazier, you had Norton, you had Foreman, you had some guys that wasn't known for like really, being great boxers, but they was right there too. But they was just like heavy punches. You had Lau, you had Schaefer's. God dang, it was the end of. That was right at the end of Liston. You know, Liston didn't really have a lot to go through. To be honest, I'm sorry, he just didn't have. When people act like he was knocking people out, but he didn't have a lot. A lot of the guys didn't fight him. A lot of guys didn't fight him. Okay, there you go. Okay, Bruce said it was 1972, and he also said, yeah, they was friends. Yeah, so they was friends. Yeah, so that a lot of times that happens where we get friends that don't end up fighting. Yeah. See, the thing is with us, Bruce, a lot of times we're spoiled, man, to the point that you shouldn't be spoiled, but I have to say it, that you really are. We want everything. We want all the fights. We want the Joshua versus Wilder fight. We want everything, and not surprising to us, or it shouldn't be surprising to us. Guess what? We're not gonna get everything. So, just look at that. Just look at it like this: like you thought you was gonna get everything, but guess what? You're not gonna get everything. And what you fighters got to realize, those errors that we may have an error like that in boxing again, but right now we don't have that kind of error. Right then, see, Frazier could talk crazy if he wanted to, if it was a champ or not a champ. Foreman, if he felt like he could talk crazy. Ali was the one with the one with the voice, but all those fighters could demand fights. Using this so he can get some money, but y'all not using that. Y'all just see the difference between this and this. There's a difference. I'm using hand signals, but this is different than this doing this. Because you do this shit too much, you might not never get a big fight. And when I say big fight, a money fight. Tank has the money. Oh, yeah, Bruce said, don't forget about Jerry Corey. Yeah, Jerry Corey. But Jerry Corey today would have been considered like a top fighter. And he was more basic. He had the good basic 1-2 bobbing type of. He had the 1-2s type of style. He was good off the 1s and 2s, and he could angle and stuff like that. But he was a good 1-2 fighter. But he was a good base fighter. He was a good. If you wasn't a good base fighter, if you was just learning, like if you was a wild punch thrower and shit like that, yeah, he would beat you. Because he had pretty decent defense. If you were slick, you were gonna beat him. If you was real aggressive, like Joe Frazier, you had good hooks and good uppercuts and shit, he wasn't gonna beat you. But if you was a big puncher, he would beat you. Simple as that. He's gonna beat you. Yep. Oh, you said isn't Cormier Moulton getting ready for a pro debut? I can't remember what the last thing I read about it, Gil Coles. I think he's getting ready soon. I can't say I know it's within a year. I know he's getting ready within a year, something like that. I can't say this because we're in September, going into October soon. I can't say that it's like this year, but next year I'm quite certain that he's gonna finally get in there. I would like to see him. The last thing that I watched about him is he actually was sparring with somebody with one hand and still was piecing the dude up. And he sparred him with one hand. That just shows your versatility, because sometimes if you're a fighter, you're not a kickboxer, or you're not karate or something like that, or one of the other arts where you just using hands. If you damage a hand, you either have to quit or you got to keep going. It's not like you can damage a hand in another sport and you can still use it for other things like blocking or whatever, or even if you can't, you can still use your feet. But that's a good question. Let's check it out. Let me see if I can find anything on it. Well, we might be able to find something on it. So, good question by Gil. See if we can find anything on it. I'm just going to look on here and see if I can find anything. I might be able to find something. Yep, I just messed that up. Damn it. Okay, that's there. That's there. Okay, so. Let me see. Okay, they got some stuff about him for. He kind of looks like a little. He kind of looks like a tank, you know. His body, you know, his body structure and stuff. He looks like Tank. Yeah. But no, most of this, I'm not looking at news. I'm just looking on at YouTube. Yeah. But yeah. I think I did hear something that he is supposed to be coming out soon. Let me see. Yeah. So maybe he's coming up. We'll see. It seems like I read something like that too. That he is about to have his debut. Um, Cause he has that other fighter too, right? What's the other fighter's name that actually that did have his date? He has a fighter that's like what, like 6-0 or something like that. One of his fighters, but yeah, we need to see this little guy come up. Um, yeah, because he's gonna move too. If he comes up, he's gonna move. A lot of you guys aren't gonna move. A lot of you guys is just running your mouth and shit and just talking foul about each other, calling everybody bitch made and all that. You guys ain't gonna make it nowhere, man. You guys ain't gonna go nowhere, man. Because you got to realize that this is a more sensitive type of society now. You got to win and be adored and wanted to say stuff like abso-fucking-lutely, like Floyd did, and he passed that on. So now that's exactly what Tank is doing. After the interview, he say abso-fucking-lutely. To use those type of languages and stuff like those type of words, you got to prove yourself first. You can't be no shit talker if you ain't gonna be no kind of a draw. Even if you're a draw, but if you ain't drawing enough, yeah, your hometown, you supposed to draw them. But if you're not drawing enough of the world, shut your ass up and get known. Promote yourself overseas somewhere. Promote yourself overseas and get known. Yeah. But yeah, Derek, right back to your little, when you put that out there talking about that I beat you to it. Yeah, but that's true. And it's good that you recognize that because it makes me know that I'm still on base and stuff. Because you said the same exact, you're saying the same exact thing that yeah, that might have been the one that took, that was the one that took Frazier out of the picture right there. That's a hard ass fight though. Ali was fighting for, it was people, man. It was just like the liberation of people. It was just like the country was going through so much shit back there in the 70s. It's like we needed somebody to represent us, man. I'ma still put this out there. Even Ali at 25 or 22 was more articulate than any of these boxers today. He brought more to the dance, or not just. I will be belittling it if I just use dance, but he brought more to the consciousness of people than any of these fighters ever could. Because he wasn't scared to say what he had to say. That's why he cussed that one reporter out. But he wasn't scared to say what he had to say about war subject or anything else. He wasn't afraid to speak. I'm not saying that he was absolutely 100% right about all the stuff that he talked about, but at that time, those type of things needed to be said. And like I said, I don't say that anybody's 100% right about nothing, but those things needed to be said. And if there's things that need to be said, then people need to speak out. Just like Earl Spence was speaking out about the money for the sanctioning body. Sometimes like the political thing is different now. Nobody's really going to speak out as much. Sugar Ray Leonard speaked out a little bit. He speaked out about the apartheid in South Africa. wore that shit on his trunks and everything. But sometimes people would speak out about certain stuff. Um, Donnie Lalonde, I think he spoke out against like child abuse or something like that. There's always something. There's an agenda for people to speak out. And one thing I don't know, like now I'm looking at you guys as uniform. With your uniform is your boxing trunks and stuff like that, and you got stuff like sex on there. Not mentioning names, but come on, that's where we have evolved to. So did we evolve or are we eroding? Which one is it? Did we evolve or are we starting to erode when it comes to boxing itself? To having somebody that's in boxing and roll. That's why the role of boxing has diminished. Because you're not a political representative for the people anymore. You represent yourself and money and selfishness. So guess what? That's not for the people. You sound like somebody else. You sound like somebody who's in charge. I'm trying to keep this I'm trying to say this in a manner to not get my ass in trouble. But you sound like somebody who's in charge. You don't sound like somebody who's fighting for not just in here. I represent myself here. I love boxing. Or I'm doing this for a living. So my family don't have to do it. Or I'm doing this. I represent the people when I do this. Because I know you guys can't fight. You guys can't fight the press. We don't. That person does not exist no more. It's just a lot of you mumble mouth guys with, varied speech patterns, trying to talk and trying to huff yourself up and make somebody follow you. Nobody's going for that shit. You know what I mean? They gonna call you. Today they just call you Cap because they think Cap is something new. Cap is not nothing new. Oh shit! I know he put in. I didn't put in Zhang already, Derek. I put Zhang in with the MD. I think the majority are unanimous. I put him in with a decision this time. I think that Joyce is just going. I think he might take too long to try to catch up. Catch up. I think he might catch up, but he might be too far. He might be too far down. Gil got him with the knockout. I just got him with the decision. I think Joyce would. I think he'll stay out of harm's way from getting knocked out. But Gil said, "No, I got Big Zhang with that KO." Gil, you got him with the knockout. Gil said, "Somebody. All I know is somebody's getting knocked out. That's all I know." Well, it could be true. Somebody could be getting knocked out. And I appreciate all the extra people that came through. All you people that came through. You guys didn't come in and talk, but y'all came and seen that we were talking boxing. Or at the time, whatever we was talking, whatever we were saying, we were making sense about it. At least we were trying to make sense. Yeah. But I didn't really get to showcase Joe. But the spotlight that was for Joe Frazier today, that little spotlight that was for Joe Frazier, at least one person got it. And two, I think, and then Bruce said he checked it out. He said he was like 15 years old when it happened. And so, yeah, I just wanted to get that point across that a lot of times, so we get spoiled and we get used to certain stuff, but we never sit back and reflect and say, you know what, damn, man, he had to go through a lot for this shit. So we never look back at, a lot of times we don't look back at Jack Johnson and go, damn, he had to endure so much to get where he's at. And we don't look at the Joe Louis as like, damn, he had to go through so much to get where he's at. And I'm not trying to name nothing but fighters of color. But same thing, Jack Dempsey and shit. He had to work hard, he was a farm boy, right? So a lot of them just had to go through a lot of stuff. Who's that one guy that nobody could, that he was just tough as hell. He came back and fought when he was older. He fought back then when Jack Dempsey fought. You remember that guy? He got that title shot. He fought when he was old. I think he beat Max Baer or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I just can't think. But yeah, he fought like way back. He was supposed to lose, and he was fighting late in his years and got that dub. I forget his name, but he was just a real tough-nosed fighter. But a lot of these fighters, like I said, all of them they wasn't all fighting for some kind of supremacy and shit. Those guys really respected each other, man. Go back and listen to some of the interviews because they put a lot of shit in our mind about the '60s and shit. And I'm not, and I don't want nobody to come jumping on me about this shit because it was bad in the '60s and '70s, but a lot of these when it comes to sportsmanship and stuff, if you don't put racism out there, nobody thinks that way. The black guys, white, however, whatever race you want to call them, they get along, man. They appreciate what each other brought to the table, man. So stop with that shit. Cause I remember Gene Tunney was talking about how Sugar Ray. He said, yeah, she said Sugar Ray Robinson. He said everything he hit you with hurt. Said he didn't have a bad punch that he threw at you. Jab, he said everything hurt when it hit you. So that just shows you these guys had to endure a lot to even fight him. You see what I mean? But they appreciated the competition. Even Jake, remember Jake when Ray was beating the dog shit out of him? Hey, I didn't go down, Ray. I didn't go down. I can't see, but I didn't go down, Ray. Ray didn't put him down. God dang. Oh, shit. Gil said bang, bang. Derek said, yeah. He said, yeah. Might go that way, yep. Derek Bay said, but Zang is 49. Who's that beat Raleigh up? The 65-year-old that beat Raleigh up right now. Sir Flav says it's crazy. Nobody talk about Joe Louis and Jack Johnson, but they say a lot about Ali. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I brought it up right now, Sir Flav, because when we doing this reflection, because we reflected back on Joe Frazier, that you got to go back to everybody else, man. All the shit they got to endure. Now think about what these fighters is crying about today. The little bit of shit they got to go through. Man, please. You didn't go through shit where you couldn't get in a certain cab and shit like that, where you had to walk home and all this other bullshit where you was getting threatened and shit your whole life and all. You shut your ass up. Get your ass. That's what we tell them, Derek. Get your ass out there and fight. Shut the F up. You know what I mean? Because even all the stuff that Sugar Ray Robinson and all these fighters had to go through, they got disrespected. Hell yeah, they got disrespected within the army and everything else. They got disrespected. But they had the respect of like the boxers themselves in the community. They had that kind of respect. But now you guys don't got no respect from the government. Y'all ain't got no respect from nobody. You got some respect from your city. You got social media, old media. You got a lot of people that don't care about you. Because they're like, how much money can we get off you? We can't get enough. Shit, so if they can't get enough money, then what? We'll have to do that one day, though, Sir Flame. There, we'll have to do that one day. We'll have to showcase them. Because I told you I was gonna stick on the phrase. I told you who my fighter was. I told y'all we was gonna since Friday last week. I told you we wanted to drag this out. That hey, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about that these fighters. I don't think the thing with when it came to Larry Holmes didn't have to deal with nothing but I'm kind of stuck. I want to say prejudice, but I don't. But he was kind of stuck with a lot of biases. The people in the media didn't like him because he was going to break Rocky Marciano's record and never got a chance to because Spinks beat him 2 times. And a lot of people think he didn't beat him either one of those times. So that was his problem. It wasn't like he could still get money. And see, the reason Larry Holmes made money, a lot of that was hate money. A lot of the Ali money was hate money. A lot of the Jack Johnson money was hate money. Can we prove it? Yeah, if we wanted to have a debate, yeah, we probably can prove there was a lot of hate money involved. A lot of people in there was hating. I want to see him. If you could listen to all the interviews, if everybody that was in those arenas was interviewed, you would probably find out that they was more or less there to see a certain person fight and lose. But that was the mystique about boxing, is that I'm going to pay to see you lose. You're probably going to win, but it's going to be more money in there because of the problems that we was having. You know what I mean? And so probably now we don't have as many problems. I don't know for sure. They may still be out there, but I'm not. I would say that the problems are there, that they're disguised a little differently. Believe it or not, I'm a grown ass man, Derek Bailey, and I still run into shit. But usually when I run into something, when I open my mouth and I start speaking my piece, all them problems and all that stuff that was happening goes away. So I was wondering why people just couldn't talk when you knew that something was biased against you. How come you just didn't open your mouth and talk? So that's my whole thing right there. That's what I do. Is I open my mouth. I explain who I am. And usually when I explain who I am, all these problems, all this bullshit that was just about to happen, just all of a sudden it just disappears. And I'm not saying that in the past that all that could have been done. But I just never grew up like that. I grew up with people. I grew up with family that it wasn't nothing that was going to happen bad to you. It's just nothing was going to be happen bad to you. Because your mom had your back, your dad, your uncles and aunts and family members and even friends and neighbors. Our neighbors, now if we had to, our neighbor, we would fight a whole army of people. We didn't give a shit. We would fight a whole army. I mean, I was a baby, but I'm saying that my family would fight a whole army. We didn't care. Back then, they didn't care. And you talking about women being on your side too? Nobody cared back then about that. It was, you already treating us bad by the way that you just do us, but you're not going to come over into our homes and invade us and do shit. It was a whole different atmosphere, yo. Got to understand. Everybody said Holmes was boring compared to Ali. He couldn't talk. Yeah, and that's another thing. We go back and read what you said. You said getting out of Ali shadows. That was a Holmes issue. Yeah, he mentioned it a lot. He couldn't mention that he was the greatest. He could a lot of things he couldn't do. But why would you want to be Ali? I think that was Holmes' problem. Is Holmes' mouthpiece. Now Holmes could have sold himself as being like the jab master. He could have sold himself like, you know, Ali had his specialty, but I got that Holmes jab that I put on him. Get past that. Do that. You know, he could have had his own way of speaking for his own self, because he can speak for himself. He could have had his own. He just didn't show his personality. So that's what made him boring. I love, but if you like boxing, man, I love to watch the Holmes jab. Holmes, fucking jab, man. Are you kidding me? The Holmes jab? Not the Larry Holmes jab? Are you kidding me? Not the Larry. I used to emulate that jab all the time. Not the Larry Holmes. Not the, oh man. Not the jackhammer. God dang, not the jackhammer. Not the jackhammer, Larry Holmes punch. No. What we call that in here, Derek? I'm trying to find it right now. Put it down, Derek, while I'm looking for it. Derek know what I call it up in here. I know what I call it. I just want Derek to say it. What we call that Larry Holmes jab, Derek? I got to go to Derek because Derek's the only one I know that's talking to me right now. Hey, Derek, what we call that Larry Holmes jab? I got to let my brother tell y'all because y'all ain't paying attention to Eagles sometimes. I'm trying to find it. Maybe I can find. I might not be able to find. I'm trying to find that Larry Holmes jab. We got a certain name. We got Eagles Web talk. We got our own lingo in here. Yep. Yeah, he was the sparring partner. Yep. On top of that. Yep. So they didn't fight until it was too late. But Holmes couldn't have messed with no fighter today alive. Nobody could have messed with Ali in his prime, his absolute prime. No fighter could mess with him. Yeah, he keeps saying how he used to beat up on Ali and all that. Nobody want to hear that shit. He still ain't humble enough. Out of all that shit, he still ain't humble. Mike Tyson didn't humble him. But Mike Tyson said he was good, though. He said he wouldn't have... yeah, sit that ass down, jab. Yeah, sit that... Derek know what it is. Derek said, yeah, that's that sit that ass down, jab. Yeah. So we give Holmes... You know, we give you your credit, Holmes, but, you know, you do too much sometimes. And one thing we can't allow y'all to do in Eagles Web boxing, we can't allow y'all to do too much. Y'all can do shit, but y'all just can't do... Uh, he said, oh yeah, Gil got it. Yeah, that's it, right? Gil know what it is. Gil, sit your ass down, jab. Sit your ass down. So sometimes you got to sit your ass down. You wasn't Ali. Nobody's Ali. Stop trying. Y'all stop trying to be Ali. Because you're trying to if you're gonna just compare yourself only on boxing level, then you'll never be Ali. You can never be Ali because what you're doing is you're comparing yourself as Ali. You know what I mean? As a fighter, and you had a better record. So but your record. What about your political record? Let me see something here. Okay, this is still on here. There we go. God dang, that was worse than. That was pretty bad right there. Damn, dude. Let me see. I don't know if that's more than just the jab right there though. Let me see. That's more than. Where's the sit your ass down? Oh, there it is. There we go, brother. Just in case y'all don't know what the sit your ass down jab is, that's the sit your ass down jab. Right there. He showed him in slow motion. Like, what? Sit your ass down. Is that what you talking about, Gil? Is that it? Put that for Gil. You said shit. That shit is so dirty. That second jab is so dirty it don't even make no sense. Because look at the way he holding his right down low by his waist. Like, get your ass out of here. Do you imagine getting hit like that? Do you imagine getting your ass knocked down like that? Like, fuck out of here. That's the sit your ass down jab. That's the sit your ass down jab or the F out of here jab. That's what it is. That's the F out of here jab. Like, fuck out of here. That's the FOH jab. Larry Holmes had the two. So we still respect you, brother. Larry, we still respect you, but just let Ali have his shine. And just give him the accolades. You'll look better. If you say, if it wasn't for Ali, you wouldn't have been as great as you. Just give him their props. If it wasn't for Joe Frazier and Ali and the people before you, just give them their homage and stuff. Say, well, and just say that you hope that people look at you like that, because we still love what you brought to boxing. I'm just gonna leave it like that. We still love what you brought to boxing, but all the bitterness shit, you gotta let that shit go, because you can't vote on yourself. As simple as that. You can't. You got certain people that put themselves in the top 10, the top 5, and shit like that. Top 2 are best, and they start comparing other fighters. Nah. If you can't talk, you're not a top fighter. You're not the top fighter. Sorry. If you brought nothing to the table. Shut the fuck up. And there was some shit that's happening in the 80s and shit like that. There was still stuff happening, right? Because you could have corrected a lot of stuff that was happening within, even in your sport, which is still happening. You still don't have enough announcers in your sport that reflect you. You still don't, even to this day. But I'm not going to get into that because that's your guy, that you guys should be fighting for that. Yep. Derek Bay said, right. Derek Bay said Ali worked on stuff. Holmes was trying to get the title every time they sparred. Yeah. Ali trying to work out kinks. And Holmes thinking, oh, yeah, I'm beating him up. Sir Flame said he has no political record. There you go. I'm glad that you guys in here. You guys are probably one of the only chats. And I'm glad you guys are small enough. You guys are one of the only chats that actually get this shit. You guys are the only ones that get it. That to be the greatest, to be a great boxer, like a boxer. Not a fighter in the ring, but to be a great boxer, you got to be well-rounded in everything. You can't just be the one that made the most money and you didn't lose no fights. You can't be the one that just beat up a couple of people, but you never speak out about nothing. I put Deontay Wilder on top of most of these fighters today, whether people like him and think he can't box or not. And the reason I put him on top is pretty obvious, just because of our topic and what we talked about today. If you don't get that, then you just don't get it. But those are the fighters that's on top. We going through stuff right now. And if you could never speak on it, if you just sit back and take it like, oh, yeah, they say what it is what it is, that's what we do. If you're that type of person that sits back and does that, I really don't want to F with you like that. I'm being honest with you. I don't really F with you like that. I don't. Well, you don't F with me. I guess you just don't. Well, I don't. I don't F with you like that. And you get mad if you want to. But there's more to this boxing than just the boxing itself. Because when you're a fighter, you got to think about it. When you're a fighter in boxing, I'm not talking about every pugilist sport, but in boxing, you take a lot with you. They even tell you that you go by the Marquis of Queensberry's rule. Why are they saying that? That sound like something royal to me. Even if it's not royal, you got to realize that there's the people that was in the royal society that's involved with your sport. You can't. They don't want you to take that out of their sport. Other sports, no. It might not be as much, but why you think football is considered like war? You're fighting on what they call a gridiron. You attack, defensive, offensive. See what I mean? Baseball is about those diamonds. It's letting you know that it's a wealthy sport, but they want to bring the diamonds home. There's this certain stuff. Same thing with basketball. They know there's a lot of money in it. That's why they talk about buck. The buckets. Get those buckets so I can put in my pocket those ducats. But we gotta look. When it comes to sports, like a lot of times we cover certain sides of it. This is grown folks chats and we cover other stuff. I don't try to be like other people. I don't care about your agenda. And when it comes to fighting, so every once in a while we'll talk about it. But a lot of times we get deeper with our subject when it comes to about boxing. There's always layers that even though we uncovered certain layers, even when we talked a little bit about the political aspect, we didn't talk about what was politically happening. So we try to leave a lot of that out. Because in here is more or less like, if you know, you know. And we try to keep it like that in here. Every once in a while we got to bring stuff up, but we got to be careful in Eagles Web Boxing, because even though we got a small forum, Eagles Web get his ass in trouble all the time. We end up getting ourselves in trouble in Eagles Web Boxing. And I'm trying not to be, we shouldn't be getting banned from certain countries. Why are we getting banned? We're not that, if we were big, you know what, Sir Flavor, if we was real big in here, our ass would be in trouble all the time. If we were big in here, because some of the questions, I'm going to answer them, because you guys have certain questions, but if I had all those other questions, I'm going to answer them. You know how Eagle is. Said, there go Eagle. He going to answer that question. Might as well get ready to lose the live. We're going to lose this live. Y'all be shaking your head like, Eagle, don't answer it. Don't say it. They'll be like, no, Eagle, no, don't say it. Shaking your head like, nope, we out of here. Yep. Yeah, Holmes was scared of Don King. Don told Holmes he couldn't speak. Shut your ass up. Yeah, Sir Flame said Wilder for the people. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Derek Bay said facts, said Sir Flame. Sir Flame laughing. Yeah. But it's just like I said, we try to keep it in here. You got to be a little bit, you got to have a little bit of intellect to be in here too, though. Like sometimes I'm off base and sometimes I might be just talking crap sometimes. But you got to catch me when we get serious, Even I might sound serious and still talking crap. But you got to just catch me when we're really talking about something. And you don't pay attention to just me. Pay attention to what Derek and Sir and them are saying. Just pay attention to what the retort, the rebound is. Whatever if I send something out and they hit me back with something and I come into agreement, then catch up with the conversation right then and there. That's when you guys got to catch up with the conversation. Now, I know we didn't really get to talk about, the Shakur and the rest of these fighters as much as we should. We take what we get in here. It's like, whatever it is, we're going to take what we get. So sometimes we're going to be able to talk about a lot more, and sometimes we're just not. So it's simple as that. Sometimes we'll be able to talk about them. But mostly when we're talking about these fighters. And when we're talking about these fighters, that's all we're talking. We're just only talking boxing. We're not talking. And you think about it. When you talk about somebody's stand in boxing, it's like when you talk about AB, what do you end up talking about? You end up talking about his diet. You talk about him drinking. You talk about him being out doing this. Let's talk about his antics. He's not standing up for the way that you got to stand up in boxing. If you stand up the way that you're supposed to stand up in boxing, you can more or less get away with saying what you need to say. Like if you want to say like certain things, like certain bad things, it's okay. That you could say those bad things if you're part of the agenda. Yep. And so we just talked about this now. So this just happened here. Y'all can look it up. I'm not trying to start no kind of stuff, but it's probably this title. Just look at it on YouTube. Racist crowd heckles black football players, and they harass the parents. Now we should be past that. It's under the title TYT. So I'm just saying. I just brought that up. Now that ain't something that we want to talk about. But sometimes there's things that you have to talk about. Yeah. There's certain things you got to talk about. And when I say you got to talk about, I mean these fighters have to just, you have to have, like I said, if you're fighting, you got to have a political agenda too. In order to, that's why a lot of stuff is lost in boxing, because you guys don't. Just like Larry Holmes, you guys just don't have the political agenda. You guys ain't saying nothing. Just like I even told you. Even like I said, Sugar Ray Leonard was speaking up, and somebody, you have to have something to say. Like I said, even Donnie Lalonde, he's not even an American fighter. I brought him up, but everybody have something to fight for. Even Duran, when Duran was fighting, he was fighting for the Panamanian people. Even the Mexican fighters that fight today, is they still their country still looks at them as fighting for them, but they start shunning some of them too. Like, oh, you ain't really fighting for us. You're not showing the spirit that we need you to show. You guys are belittling boxing. Boxing is just not. It's just not a combat sport, man. It's more to boxing than it is to any other combat sport. I'm sorry. You got to take the whole crown. You got to take all this stuff with you. If you want to say crown or however you want to say it, you have to take those things with you. And we've been missing that. Nobody's going to talk about it, but at least we talked about a little bit of it. Sometimes you dance around them questions. You answer without answering, laugh at my ass off. Yeah. Yeah, answer without answer, yeah. But you know what? A lot of, Sir Flame, think about this though. With any show that we had, like, that was banned from other countries, when you think about the way that I answer a lot of stuff, I try my best, don't I? I try my best to answer the question in a way that's not going to get us punished, right? And sometimes I got to use code or whatever. I said, no, I can't answer this shit the way that I want to answer it. I'm going to be in trouble. And I try to, because I try to answer it, like I said, I don't try to go for what we say is politically correct. I try to answer stuff in a way that I'm not going to get our asses in trouble. Or get myself in trouble, get the stream in trouble. That's how I try to answer it. I don't try to be political, because sometimes I let it go. Yeah, a lot of times, yeah. Sometimes I don't answer everything. It'll get answered, but a lot of times I like to put. You know, the best thing for me, sir, is that I can present you guys with questions. That way I don't have to answer stuff. You know, I can act like I don't know the answer to something sometimes. Not that I know the answer to everything, but I can act like I don't know the answer and let you guys answer it. So that keeps the stream safe that way. If I just ask you guys. If I say, oh, have you ever heard of this or seen this or what, you know, that's safe. That's safe. But if I come out just ranting, all these motherfuckers, if I just come out going off sometimes, they're not gonna like all the stuff that I say. And I got a lot more that I can say, but a lot of times I'm like, nah, let me chill. Get my ass in trouble with Derek and them. So Derek tried to get me in trouble. Go on and answer the question. Like, man, you want me to answer it? Go on and answer the question. Y'all sure y'all want me to answer it? Go on and answer the question. He goes, yeah, I answered the question. And get us in trouble, man. Yeah. Like, Yeah, of course I bring up this stuff about family and stuff because what I want to demonstrate is for people that if somebody does come in here, they're younger, I want them to know that no, this country was not always like that. At one point, we did protect ourselves. We protected the whole family. There was no such thing. There wasn't no danger, no gangs and shit like that because family protect each other. They was on that. They wish you would. I wish you would come in here with that shit. Everybody, man, everybody in my neighborhood, every family had the pow pow. Everybody had the pow pow. Or something else. If you didn't have the pow, everybody had the pow pow. Everybody had the pow 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 pow, or more than one. Everybody had that. I'm just letting you know. It wasn't no danger, nobody worried about no police and nothing like that. Nah. Because you had to bring out too many police. And you realize, hey, some of y'all ain't going to make it. And that's before they had all these special vests and all that shit. It's like, y'all, some of y'all ain't going to make it. Because you bringing out so many cars, you got 40 neighbors that you got to deal with. You got 40 neighbors with pistolas and shit. So what you gonna do? You storm one person's house. Yeah. And the kids even the kids wasn't scared. The kids wasn't scared because that was passed on to them. They know they had to live a certain way. But let's not go there for the end of the show. Let's just be nice. Let's be Eagles way of boxing. Eagles way of boxing. All right, fam. Yeah, we out too, man. Yep. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me, man. I think this is great, man. I think it was a great discussion, man. Today, man. I think it was a great discussion. You know, got some points across and got a couple of laughs here and there. But anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all though. Y'all be good out there, Derek. And for all y'all, the ones of y'all that come in, y'all come in and say hi to Derek and them every once in a while. Don't be scared, man. We not gonna bite. Yeah, because I see my likes is up. So if my likes is up, I know y'all been here. Yeah, my likes is up there. Y'all sort of disappeared on this too, so. Y'all, so you need to start bringing your ass back up in here. You need to stay, man. You tell Miss Hussein, you tell Mrs. Hussein I said let you stay. All right, I'm going to catch y'all, man.